Shoppers, welcome back to another Shopee review by Puan Cha. We check for you so you don't have to. As you can see behind me, my friends, there's this word called Garmin. When you think of Garmin, you think of best premium priced smartwatch, running watch, or even fitness tracker. This time, my friends, Puan Cha will be reviewing the most popular budget-friendly Garmin smartwatch, which is the Garmin Venu SQ Music Smartwatch. So today I'm going to review why this Garmin Venu SQ Music Smartwatch is the most popular. You want to know more? Stay tuned!
Shopee review, we check for you.
Look at that! So sleek! Now usually, when I think of Garmin, right, it's usually a bit macho, a bit masculine, it has a round shape, but I think this is much more fashion focused. Don't you think? Camera. It's lighter, it has a smart design. Oh, you're so nice. And it is budget friendly too. What say you? Nice, kan? In terms of its functionality, the Garmin Venu SQ Music has about 95% of its functionality from the elder brother, the Garmin Venu. Instead of having the AMOLED display, it has LCD display. It does not have the altimeter, which measures elevation, and the gyroscope that measures angular velocity. So technically, right, the Garmin Venu SQ Music is as capable as the original Garmin Venu. It's just a little bit toned down to be budget friendly. Based on my experience, there are three main reasons why the Garmin Venu SQ Music is suitable for women like myself. Reason number one, the body battery. Whoosh, sounds so chunky, right? Let me tell you about it. So this body battery is a feature that combines heart rate variability, stress, and activity levels, and it measures the energy reserve level that you have in your body. So what does it do? It displays a number between 1 to 100, and it measures the energy reserve level that you have in your body. So for example, if let's say you sleep, you generate energy, so the number increases. If let's say you do a workout or you go for a meeting, your energy level decreases. Let's say for example it was 80, it will decrease to maybe 60. So it shows you how much of energy reserve level you have in your body. This body battery feature, if planned well, you are able to make sure that you are energized the next day rather than feel very lethargic. So if you plan well with the body battery feature, it will help you to make sure that you have a balanced day throughout and also the next day. The second reason, my dear friends, is the feeling of safetyness. Sometimes we give excuses. Oh no lah, so late cannot work out. Oh no lah, too early cannot work out. With the Garmin Venu SQ Music, we have safety precautions. First up, we have our emergency contact. Second, we have our live track and GPS. Let's say for example me, I like to go for my walks and runs in the wee hours of the morning between 5:45 and 6. So sometimes my parents, they get worried because women like myself, it is quite dangerous to go on our own, kan? So this Garmin Venu SQ Music will give me the ability to send SOS in case I have an accident or an incident. It will send an SOS to my emergency contact, which I can add as many as 3. So in case some of your emergency contact don't reply, you can send another one. The second part is we can send a live track. So to calm our senses, for example, we are so scared to go out, we can send a live track to our emergency contact or to any friend who has the link, and they can click the link and they can see where we are and what we are doing. I mean, not say what we are doing So they can see where we are and track us just in case we have an emergency. With this safety feature, I'm able to calm my parents down, I'm able to calm myself down and feel protected. And best of all, I don't have any excuse to say, oh no, got no time to work out. The third reason, my dear friends, is specifically for women. But men, you should listen too, because this Garmin watch is a very good gift for your wife or your girlfriend, so that they know that you know how we feel. Which part is this? The menstrual cycle tracking. Let me tell you about this, guys. So usually, we women use different apps to track our menstrual cycle. Sometimes we even do it manually, which is very mafan. But usually we do use other apps. With this Garmin watch, we are able to track our menstrual cycle as well as input data, whether it's physical, psychological, or emotional. And I don't need to use another app, but just use my watch. And it's easy. So this helps us to know what we can and maybe cannot do during our cycle. Because in our menstrual cycle, we have different phases where sometimes we feel tired, sometimes we feel emotional. So at least when we input the data, we know how we feel and when this menstrual period is coming. So another thing about this is when we input this data that we have, we are able to collaborate with other Garmin apps in terms of our workout regimen as well as our nutrition program. Because sometimes during our phases in this menstrual cycle, sometimes we need to eat more, sometimes we maybe can do more. So this menstrual cycle tracking helps us to do so. And it will be balanced and we'll feel a little bit more refreshed and happy. On top of the three main reasons I mentioned earlier, here are three features that I think should be mentioned about. The first one is the battery level. I can use up to 6 days if I were to use the 24-hour continuous health monitoring. If I were to use the GPS, it will use about 14 hours only. And if I use the GPS with music playback, it will be used for about 6 hours. So I think the 6 days one is pretty long, don't you think? And you know, me being me, I sometimes forget to charge. So these 6 days actually gives me a lot of space to make sure that I am always on track with my health. The second feature is the ability to listen to music offline without my phone. Did you know that this Garmin watch is able to download up to 500 songs into the watch via Spotify, via Deezer? Cool, right? There are so many other music apps that we can connect to and download the songs. So if let's say all of a sudden I feel like working out and alamak, no music. Easy. Just go to my watch, click, play, and presto, I have music to work out with. The last feature that I would like to emphasize on is the smart notification. Based on my experience with other smartwatches, sometimes my messages are hard to read, meaning to say it's just partial messages. With this display, I'm able to read the full message. I can even scroll up to read the continuous message. Whether it's from WhatsApp or even my emails, I can see the full message. So instead of what are you up, I can go and see the full thing saying, what are you up to, Cha? Wanna go dating? Don't you think this is better? So, what's the verdict? For me, this Garmin Venu SQ Music is first a sports watch rather than a smartwatch. This is because we are unable to reply messages in full and can only use a quick preset that is for Android phones. If you're looking for a smartwatch that is for work, this may not be suitable for you. However, to me, this is a health companion, a health buddy that will help me live a healthier lifestyle with style. It helps me to track my steps, my heart rate, my workout intensity, my oxygen level. It also tracks my menstrual cycle and it keeps me reminded to stay hydrated. I think it's a very good investment because it helps me to think of my lifestyle in a healthier version. Now, it features 95% of the features of the original Venu and it is 2/3 of the price of the original Venu. Guess what? It is 1,160 ringgit. Don't you think it's a good investment? I think so. So why not deal with a healthier lifestyle in style with Garmin Venu SQ Music? Invest.